Hello and welcome to my channel. Now we've just completed this thing where we add the numbers. So what I'm going to now do is I'm going to do a little test. What we want to do is I want to show you an example of how this is used. So before I do it, I just need to get them comments away when I put in. I'll put them in the card machine. So I need to get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that should be back to normal. So I'll test it by doing that. What I'm going to actually do is, oh, this is wrong. Okay, let's do that. Let's have a look what happens now. I just want to test that it's right. And this is taking too long, so what I'm going to do is, that's right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use 100,000. And we know that it should be no, on 100,000 it comes to 0.358 minus. So I can change it slightly and do comparisons. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to exclude the fives. I'm going to take all the fives out by doing that. And then I'm going to add some fives in. I'm going to add 16 fives in. So this is the equivalent of, I'm having a deck of cards and I've taken 16 fives out. Okay. And let's have a look at what that does to our chances of winning. Now, as you can see, by me doing that, I've gone by losing in the long run to now I'm winning. So that means the casino's losing, so I can just keep playing the game. No matter what I bet, no matter what I've done, I'll just keep winning. Okay, so this is a sort of clue of how you'd win at blackjack. Okay. Now, if I take all of the fives out, and what you also notice is, can you see the blackjack count has gone up a bit? Can you see that? That is what's actually causing the winning. So what I'm going to do is, if I take all the 5 and 6s out and do that again, you're going to see the blackjack total go up again. Okay. So can you see the blackjack count's gone up to 6%? So now, as you can see, you're winning a whopping 4.4%. Okay. So all I have to do now, you can work out what the count is now, because the count would, at the moment, the count will be 64. So what you can say is, when the count is 64, in the long run, you win 4.4%. Now I'm going to just go a bit over the top here. I'm going to take 4 out, and I'm going to take out, yeah, I'm just going to do 4. I won't do any more than that. In fact, I'm going to take out 7 and 3. Okay, so that's just taken. Now what's going to happen is that obviously the blackjacks are going to go up. And that tells you the top end. Now the blackjacks are 10%. Okay, and that's the main reason why you're going to start winning, because the blackjacks have gone up now. The EVs, that means you're winning 7 points. That's a big winning percentage, okay? So we know that's working. Before I do that now, it didn't save it. It should go back. I need to get back to normal. Yeah, that's back to normal. 358. Okay. Now earlier on, when I done this thing, I created a deal account, which is here. So just how I talked, just how if I open up this, if I close that, this and I just look at what this deal account is. Oh man, can't find it now. Okay, it should be in store count. So that's how it gets worked out. Now let's look at system. It's in config. I was looking for this, I couldn't find it. Okay, so what this is, that's a 2, that's a 3, that's a 4, that's a 5, 6, 6. So for all of them, we add 1. For 7, 8, 9, it's nothing. And for 10, it's -1, and Jack is -1. Ace is -1. So what I want to do is, let's take out some aces. So I'm going to take out 16 aces. And let's have a look how we do now. You're going to see the blackjack count come down. See, it's only 2.5%. And now we're losing 1.4% in the long run. Okay? So what this count, let me just set that back to nothing. And do a quick test. So what this count means is, when the count is high, we should bet higher. When the count is low, we should bet lower. Okay? So that's how you win the casino. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to incorporate that into this game. So if I go to the start, here I need to set the amount that the player bets, because the hand has started. This is how the casino works. You sit at a table, you put your money down, and this is putting the money down. Okay? So when we call that this, let's just call it set bet. So I'm going to create a function called set bet, and what that's going to do is, it's going to set this amount here. In fact, I took it out of here, didn't I? It was there, but I moved it. I just remembered. It's going to set player. If I go to player, there's a property on the player called stake. This dot stake. Okay. So we've got the player here. So this dot player dot stake, it's going to set that stake. This set bet is going to set the stake. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create it here. And it's going to set the stake based on the count. Okay. So first we have to get the count. And we get it from the dealer. I know you wouldn't normally get count from the dealer, but it's for programming's case, it's easier to do like this. Okay, so let dealer equals that. And what I need to do is, I'm going to create a variable called raise. And now it's going to be an if else. So I'm actually just going to paste it all in. I know what's going to happen now. Okay, I'm just going to take a chance here. Right, I think I know what I'm doing. So I'll paste it all in. Because just a big if else. I'll talk about it. Okay? So at the moment, raise is set to 1. So that means he's not going to do anything. So if I say if the count is more than 40, this player stake equals raise times 1. So it's not going to do anything at this moment. And it's just doing most of the values. That's 30, that's 40, 35. And if count more than 0, this player else this player stake 1. So as you can see, all of this sets the player stake to 1. And it says here, if this player stake more than 0, active play equals 1. Okay, so that's just for collecting statistics, etc. Okay, so I'll need to test this, and it should not alter anything. And it hasn't altered anything. Let me check it with a million. And after we prove that, so it hasn't altered anything. So now I can now say, can you see here? Can you see here? So what I can actually say is if I change this value of raise, what I'll be saying is I sit at a poker table, I bet as soon as the count becomes more than 5, I'm going to raise the bet. And in this case, I'm going to raise it to £4. So what I'll do, I'll sit at a table, bet £1 each hand. And as soon as the count becomes more than 5, I'll start betting £4 a hand. And so that means it shouldn't be recognizable. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll see what happens if I do that. Would I win? Would I lose? What would happen? I'm doing it with a million because I'm over the top. I should really do less. Okay, now this shows us that we win. We win 0.01%. Okay, can we do it with 3? Can we do 1 and 3? So that's even less noticeable. Now 0.01%, no we can't, we still lose. We lose 0.15% if we do 3. So the minimum we can do is 4. What if we done 10%? What if we done 10? What if we done? What if we bet one? What if we bet £1 and as soon as it went over 5, we start betting a tenner? What would happen? Didn't work. Let me do it again. So it should work now. Okay, we win in the long run. We win 1%. Okay. So this shows us that we can go to a casino. We can sit there and we can bet with this pattern. We can bet £1 on every single hand. As soon as the count goes more than 5, we can bet £10, and in the long run, we'll win 1%. Okay. So let's do one more experiment. Let's bet 1,000 and see what happens. What happens if we do 1,000? Because this is the equivalent to having two people, one person playing, and then the other person only joining in when the count gets more than 5. How would the partnership do if that was the case? If they're playing like that? And as you, what? Is that right? As you can see, they'll win. They'd absolutely destroy the casino. So I'm gonna cut that down to 100. 175%. That's incredible. Let's do let's do someone betting £1 and then somebody's with them, and as soon as the count gets more than 5, they start betting £100. So they make 16%. That means it was nearly impossible for them to lose. Okay, so it's unlikely that you're going to lose if you got that much in your favour. So what this has shown us is, if we go to a casino and we do this strategy, we can raise it to 4. We can raise it to £4 and we'll win, and we won't lose anymore. So if we wanted to go casinos to socialise and play blackjack without losing, what we'd have to do is bet £1 on each hand, and as soon as the count gets more than 5, we will raise the bet to £4. Okay. Now, in this video, I'm gonna get into more complex topics after this. So I'm just showing you. I'm not gonna go too much into this, but I can say that I've already worked this out to say which is the maximum point where you should bet. Should you bet when the count gets more than 20? Should you bet when it's more than 25? And in this instance, I've already worked out that the optimal place to bet is when the count is more than 5. Okay, because what you got to think is, if I done this exact same situation and I only bet when the count was more than 30, the count is really over 30. So I'll have to put a really big bet on to make it worth my while, because I'm going to have a lot of losses. Okay. Now, as you can see, if you do £4, if you raise it by 4 times the original stake, you will win 0.01% in the long run, and that isn't really much. Okay. And as you can see, in this case, we played 1,000,000 hands and we only won £172. Okay. But if you wanted to socialise and not cheat the casino too much, you can. But it's not cheating, but they may not ban you if you do this. Okay. Now, the other examples I showed you were where you bet 1 on 100. Now, obviously, you can't do that because they're going to say, why have you bet £1? And all of a sudden you bet 100. Okay? But that's when people have teams. Now, the best place to come in is when the count is more than 5. Okay? And you have to come in when it's 5, stop, come in when it's 5 and stop. So at the start of the hand, what's the count? 10. Come in, etc. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to continue on the next one, where I might touch on a few other things like, okay, I can set this to 100. I can set to 100 and see what happens. Okay? So I'm going to stop this now. Until next time, bye.